Alright everybody, welcome back to Shadowrun Hong Kong. That's right. When we left off, we decided, hey, we're gonna go work for that lady who's totally not dangerous. I forgot her name. I just know that I don't want to fuck her over. Also, we met a guy who lives in our basement. He's nice. He's a Russian dude who builds robotic stuff. I think I kind of have a crush on him. Him and Duncan. I can't help it. They're both so pretty. So I think we have to go accept work is what it was. Like at our computer. She's like, I'll just send it to your computer. And I'm like, thanks, Auntie, yeah. I forget her name. Does it say here? Oh, never mind. So we talked to my brother, we talked to the guy who lives in the basement. I think he's doing push-ups, and I was like, I can do him better, and he's like, whatever. Okay, your workstation and mission computer. The cool blue tones of the workstation's main menu fill the screen. A blinking message in the upper right corner notifies you that you have 6 unread messages. Let's read our old messages real quick. Nothing. Dang. Sadness. Check new messages. Welcome to Heoi. Kindly, that's her name. Kindly Chang. Auntie Chang. Silver Wolf. On behalf of your friends at the Heoi Chamber of Commerce and the Swiftwinds Mahjong Parlor, I welcome you to the community of Heoi and to our new business venture. I have already lined up 3 jobs for you. The details of each are contained in a separate computer message. Remember to check your messages often, as I will update you with new opportunities as they occur. Auntie C. Thank you, Auntie C. Your mission computer. Hey Silver Wolf, I set up your mission computer to automatically collect and collate news reports, information, and media that might be of interest to you. Some of the keywords I've got it trolling for are things like Raymond, Duncan, Walled City, etc. I've also patched in a permanent link up to the Hong Kong shard of the Shadowlands BBS. It's a great place to connect with other runners, sell play data, get news from the street, and so on. Don't be shy about taking a look. Resources. From Bao Zhangjun. Strangler Bao, I guess. I have been instructed to inform you of the various supplies present in Heoi. Auntie Chang has cultivated a commercial district of well-stocked and trustworthy vendors. Whoever you choose to do business with, you will be in good hands. Ermine Coffey, is that how you say that name? At Club 88 is an excellent resource for acquiring additional weapons, should you require any. If you are in need of magical supplies, go to the Parlor of 5 Phases. If you desire training in the path of the Adept, seek out Spider Shen. She can help you, as well as supply you with any close-quarters weapons that you might desire. Chrome Alley can supply you with cybernetic enhancements and medical supplies. The proprietor, Tin-Armed Ambrose, that's a great fucking name, is a cyber surgeon of some repute. Law's Techno Palace is a Wampon-run supplier of the local decking community. The place is hard to miss. Just look for a sign glowing in the sky. If you need drones, Reliable Matthews Robot Bazaar is your best bet, and I pity you. Best of luck in the shadows. As fresh meat, you are likely to need it. Strangler Bao. He just signs it Strangler Bao. It's like, he's so extra. Serial killer. Ooh, I want to fight that one. From Kindly Chang. I've got a problem, Silver Wolf, and you're going to help me solve it. I do a lot of business with the Wampons. If you're not familiar with the term, I'll forgive you. You are an outsider, after all. The Wampoans are a tribe of techno-fetishists and deckers who have taken up residence in the Wampo Garden area of Hong Kong. They make and trade high-tech goods to people from all over the world. A lot of Nguyen passes from their pasty little fingers, and I make a lot of money brokering deals between them and the smugglers here in Heoi. I've hit a snag, though. The Wampoan elders, their council of leaders, are being eliminated by a serial killer. They've asked me to dispatch someone to get to the bottom of it and stop the killings, and they're not taking their goods through my turf until I do. So you're going to be my proxy, dear. I don't care how you do it, but I need those murders stopped. The Wampoans have a delegate here in Heoi by the name of Maximum Law. Speak with him if you wish to know about Wampoa. He's got a big mouth, but he knows very little of importance. Don't expect much from that half-empty bottle of vinegar. Ooh, what an insult. I love it. You get your ass down to Wampo Garden and talk to the elders. Lie, cheat, and steal if you have to, so long as they're convinced that there won't be any more murders. I want my cut back. and I want it soon. Yeah, I'm gonna go stop this serial killer for freaking Auntie Chang. Good. I'll tell their elders you're coming. They don't like outsiders, and they might shoot at you if you don't warn them that you're arriving. Oh, good to know, Auntie Chang. Pending jobs, enter query. Back to root. Okay, so don't I have other messages that I can read? Artifact liberation. Welcome to the Shadow, Silver Wolf. I've received a request from archaeologist named Mr. Drake. Like Nathan? He's interested in liberating certain artifacts from beneath a manor located in Taipo. I've attached a copy of the video message that he sent me. The screen flickers a few times, and the email is replaced with the face of a stern-looking orc. Not Nathan Drake. Hello, Madam Chang. I have heard that you're a woman who knows how to get things done, especially with regards to things that aren't legal in the strictest sense. That's exactly the kind of help I'm looking for. Recently, a rich investor by the name of Lu Hua? Yes. Decided to expand this manor house on the outskirts of Taipo. Too much money, not enough space for fancy parties. He hit a snag with a local government official, however. They suspected the land his estate was built on may have pre-modern archaeological artifacts buried beneath it, all of them dating from the Song Dynasty. Consequently, I was contracted as the archaeologist to oversee the excavations and ensure everything was properly recorded and catalogued. Sure enough, we were only a few days into the excavation when we discovered a series of tombs lying beneath the site. The scope of the tombs was far beyond anything Lou or I had expected. Several acres of catacombs at least, and untouched relics throughout. What's more, they're certainly older than the Song Dynasty. They may even be from the previous cycle of magic. Before I could make my report to the Free Enterprise Zone authorities, however, Lou called in his allies in Tantian Incorporated. Lou sold the entire site to the Tantian, who then leased it back to him. Because Tantian is considered to have extraterritoriality. Jesus Christ, Mr. Drake. In Hong Kong, local authorities were powerless to stop Lou from looting the tombs. He immediately began building a museum, if you can call it that, atop the site. He had the gall to call his museum the Emperor's Tomb. Can you believe that? The odds of there being an actual emperor buried in there are basically nil. But he doesn't care. Anything to sell a few tickets. Lou has continued his excavations, using Tantian contractors to expand the dig. What he didn't know is that I bugged his comlink before he fired me. Based on what I've heard, something strange is going on in the lower levels. Workers have been disappearing, only to be found dead several days later. Whatever is down here, there is too dangerous to be left in Lou's hands. Lou must have found my Dateline. Dateline. Do you guys ever watch Dateline growing up? No? Lou must have found my data line tap, though. I stopped receiving any information 3 days ago. The last thing I heard him talking about were a pair of ancient texts that workers had discovered. Then he issued an order that further excavation should be halted until he can secure the subterranean areas. I'm betting those texts are the cause of whatever's killing the workers. I have quite a bit of experience with these kinds of dangerous excavations, but an operation of this state, yes, that, indeed, scale is beyond me. I have a team that's tough enough to get in and survive, aren't afraid of making a mess, and who can get out with the books and whatever else they can carry. Beyond the 2 texts, I'm willing to pay very well for whatever other artifacts your team can liberate. The more valuable, the better. Don't worry, they'll be going to actual museums, not some rich playboy's mansion. I've got a second program in place that'll suppress Lou's security system. The team will have to be careful, though. There are only so many alarms I can suppress. Go beyond that number, and I'll scrub the mission. What? Stealth. Actually, stealth is some of my favorite shit to do. But in games like this, stealth can be kind of finicky. I've included a catalog of likely items to help the team appraise the most valuable ones. They don't need to be subtle. In fact, I'd prefer they make it look like a common robbery. Tell them to smash and grab what they can. Let them know when you're finished, when you find a suitable group, or let me know when you find a suitable group of Shadowrunners. There you have it, a nice simple robbery. Do you think you can handle something that basic, dear? I have faith in you. Let me know when you're ready to proceed. I'll contact Mr. Drake when you're on your way. Ooh, well, I'm gonna do the other one first, and then I'll do the first one. Okay. Geomancy is a big business in the Free Enterprise Zone. Here in Hong Kong, feng shui isn't just the act of rearranging your kitchen to make things look pretty. The fortunes of empires rise and fall with the ebb and flow of qi, and sometimes that flow needs a helping hand. Wu Xing Incorporated are the preeminent practitioners of large-scale key manipulation here in the Free Enterprise Zone. They have gone to great lengths to channel Qi from all over Hong Kong into their headquarters, an enormous monstrosity that they call the Wuxing Tower. There, it is focused and transformed into good fortune through the building's geomantically attuned architecture and interior decoration. Our client believes that it is time for Wuxing's good luck to run out. You are to infiltrate the Sky Tower and disrupt the flow of Qi throughout the building, but you are to do so in two distinct fashions. First, you must disrupt the feng shui of the offices by subtly altering the environment of that level. This will consist of minor adjustments of desks, spilled water, and other small activities that are unlikely to be noticed. Ordinarily, even subtle disturbances of this nature would be noticed. This is why the client wishes you to make a much louder demonstration on the rooftop garden. The garden is to be ransacked, utterly destroyed, set fire to things, uproot trees, that kind of thing. Our client has also specified that he would like you to destroy the large Buddha statue in the garden, smash the thing to bits, and leave them scattered across the rooftop. That's just rude. This level of destruction will keep Wuxing's geomancers busy long enough that the most subtle disruptions below will take effect. In addition, it will send the kind of message our client would like Wuxing to hear. I have utmost faith in your ability to cause destruction. The more disruption you can cause on both levels of the Sky Tower, the happier the client will be. Given your own skills with magic, you should have an easy time identifying the most effective ways to disrupt the key of the building. Okay, I am going to do the murder investigation first. And then I'll go from there. So this is all pending jobs. So I've got the artifact liberation and the geomantic sabotage. No, back to root. And then, whoops. Active jobs, that's the one I'm on now. Review notes on completed jobs. I haven't completed any yet. Shadowrun connection established successfully. Yay. Search BBS for relevant keywords. Misconnections. You, rappelling down the side of an unnamed luxury hotel in a ball gown on Monday night. Me, admiring the view from the 28th floor urinals during a private soiree from an unnamed corporation that I was infiltrating. Our eyes met briefly before you dropped out of sight. Your long dark hair had come loose from your yep. I'm not gonna try. Framing your beautiful face. I know that I know how to say that word, but I'm just not going to. Framing your beautiful flushed face. I will never forget it. You were carrying a duffel bag bulging with stolen prototype weaponry. Well, I filched the intel that goes with it. Can we connect? That's so cute. Very funny, Blackjack. I'm sorry the job went sideways. I got trapped and had only one way out. Red Queen. We were supposed to have each other's backs. Just wait till you hear the way out that I had to take. We gotta lay low for now. And why are we posting about this on a public message board? It's funny. Terrorists in Hong Kong. This is about us. Been hearing some buzz about some mainlander terrorists that showed up in Victoria Harbor and had a shootout with the HKPF the other day. Anyone heard anything about that? Ming Pao said there were 4 of them that got away. 1 elf, 2 orcs, and a dwarf. A troll, an elf, and a human were killed on the scene. Word is that they're members of the White Star out of Henan, coming here to start trouble against the Executive Council. Looks like there's a 50,000 Nguyen reward for any information leading to their capture. The HKPF seems pretty nervous about letting these bastards walk freely around the streets. You think they'd actually pay it out to somebody like us? Not a chance. You walked in there to claim the reward, you're getting thrown in a hole with them. The HKPF doesn't keep promises to the sinless. Couldn't hurt to try. Why'd you have to be such a downer? Because I know the police. They're all dirty. They're only in it to protect their paychecks, and they don't give a damn about anybody else. Believe me, I'm just looking out for our best interests. Like you and your triad looked out for my brother. You know he's still paying for his reconstructive surgery, you bastard. If a man wants to keep his teeth, he should pay what he owes rather than pull a gun on me. Simple as that. Poetry Slam. I like that. Ladies and gentlemen, poets and Shadowrunners, welcome to the first annual Shadowland Poetry Slam. There are no rules, and there are also no prizes, except bragging rights. With no further ado, let the versification begin. How long do you think we can keep this going before the trolls show up, or a sysadem shuts us down? Why would they shut us down? It's a free board. We can be poetic if we want to. Just trust me, it happens. For some reason, these things always draw the worst sort of attention. Are you going to give us a poem, or are you going to stand around complaining about why you can't? Alright, I've got one. Wait for it. Synth muscle, smartlings, neural booster, cyber limbs, all fall to grenades. A little musing on the transience of life in the shadows. Very nice, sir. When the long shadows fall on Hong Kong, neon lights pierce the coming night. Tread with me the velvet blackness, let no lamp shine in our deeds. That one's entitled Our Hour. That might just have been the most pompous thing I've ever read. Try this on for size. Laces are red, shadows are black. With mad on the street, you better watch your back. My poem wasn't pompous, you uncivilized rube. It was a homage to Wang Wei, the famous Tang Dynasty master of the Zhuzhu form of poetry. It's traditional, unlike that ridiculous limerick that you posted. Now, I don't think you have to take the word slam quite so literally. Hey, you people know the rules. Poetry slams have been out of bounds on this BBS since the Laughing Man debacle of 55. If you want to sling your fancy words, do it on a different forum. I'm shutting the thread down. Told you. Walled City. I've got a courier job next week that's supposed to take me into the Walled City. I'm from Kuala Lumpur and I've never been to Hong Kong, but I hear that place is dangerous as hell. Is there anything I should know? Oh, you've got nothing to worry about. It's just a low-cost housing development full of hard-working people. Here, take a look at this news report. This is Sunny Shang with Horizon News. On today's Sunny Side Up, the Kowloon Walled City, a blight on the free enterprise zone, or low-cost housing for the economically disadvantaged. We'll introduce you to some of the hardworking residents, how they live, and how they contribute to the growth and prosperity of our city. A montage sequence begins showcasing the destitute poor of the Walled City going about their daily lives. The shots have been carefully chosen, showing only smiling and productive citizens, or residents, same thing, a stark contrast to your own experience inside it. Many residents of Hong Kong regard the Walled City as a place of no return. To outsiders, it's the last stop on a long road to homelessness. Rumors abound of feral ghouls, unsafe living conditions, and triad extortion. Yet when we went there, the reality was far different. Feral ghouls? No! Ugh. Okay, so when I play Fallout 4, the monsters that scare me the most are the feral ghouls. I don't like them. They scare the shit out of me. Anything else, I'm fine with fighting. A feral ghoul starts flip-flopping out of a hole, and I'm like, oh god. What we saw will shock you. Citizens of Hong Kong, working and living just like the rest of us. Their apartments are smaller and their shops more modest, but the people who live here wouldn't be out of place anywhere in the FEZ. Citizens like shoemaker Chow Sang Su. The scene cuts to an elderly man in a closet-sized stall filled with shoemaking equipment. He smiles broadly at the camera. Alright, I gotta take a drink. Hold on. Oh, I love it here. Totally. We have a community, you know? We're like family. Maybe we don't have a nice view as they do in Repulse Bay. Perfect name. But I can't imagine living anywhere else. It's not paradise, no, but it's my home. I grew up here. How could I possibly leave? The camera shifts back to Sunny Shang, who now stands in front of one of the entrances to the Walled City. Contrary to popular opinion, the Walled City serves a vital function. The poor and downtrodden find a home in the Walled City, a community where they have a voice, can work, and even prosper, far from being the eyesore that the video suddenly stutters, freezes, and ends. Okay, I've decided to cut the rest of that crap. She keeps going on about what a good place the Walled City is and how we all need it. Don't buy any of it. It may not be hell, but you can see it from there. Freedom Cowboys just trying to get you in trouble. So how do you know the real story? Because I grew up there. You know what it's really like? It's eating old broth made from rat bones because there's nothing else. It's watching your neighbors sell their 5-year-old son to organ laggers so they don't starve to death. When you die in the Walled City, your neighbors cheer because they'll get the clothes off your back. I wouldn't wish the Walled City on my worst enemy. Isabel's like, don't be fucking stupid. Alright, I'm gonna go do the job that I was given. Sorry, 1 second. I'm still sniffly. Go to the Whampoa track and track down the serial killer. Okay, let's go do that. I am ready. Oh yeah, the guy downstairs didn't want to talk about his past, but he's probably a Shadowrunner. Or he stabbed a few bitches. I don't know. Samesies. Alright. This guy just like a market guy? Who are you? Oh, Spider Shen. They're like, go talk to Spider Shen. He's weird. I'm like, cool, I like weird people. I made friends with that Russian dude. Despite the wind and rain pelting Hayoi, the proprietor of this stall, a monk, judging by their outfit, is unconcerned. The monk's expression is indifferent, though hardly placid or serene. Muscles show as tight wound metal bands beneath the skin, ready to snap in any direction without warning. What's more, the monk's robes are anything but ordinary. Certainly, silk makes up the base outfit, but it's paired with high-impact ballistic armor, heavy-duty boots, and a bandolier of throwing knives. The table in front of you is arrayed with a wide variety of melee weapons, charms, jade pendants, and other mystical accoutrements. Beneath an awning in the rear are rows upon rows of cages, each housing some variety of exotic reptile or insect. These, in turn, are flanked by jars and boxes of Chinese herbs, incense, powders, and inks. The monk spares you only the shortest of glances as you approach. I am Monk Shen. Most people in Hale call me Spider Shen, on account of the spiders back there. You're not local, not by a long shot. It's definitely a statement, not a question. What tipped you off? Shen smirks crookedly, two teeth peeking out from between thin lips. Body language. You're not afraid to look me in the eye, for one. For another, your clothes. Not in fashion here in Hong Kong. Swords, knives, clubs, I sell it all. I make most of these, but if I can't, I've got friends who can. If you need incense or salves for meditation, I make and sell those too. And if your joints ache, I can give you acupuncture. Shen places both palms on the table, leaning it over it towards you with a wicked grin. So, what can I show you? You sell snakes and spiders too? Shin shakes a finger at you, eyes narrowed. No, they're mine. I can sell you the things I craft with my hands, or the things I can do, but the medicines and poisons I make are my secret. You want those, you apprentice to me. In 5 years, maybe I show you how to make a poultice, eh? They're that secret? Of course they're secret. These are what set me apart from the rest of the street dealers in Hayoi. You want cram or bliss, any 2-bit triad punk can make that for you. But I can realign your ki, set your yin and yang in balance, or set somebody else's out of balance with a few drops. To master my skills, you need to learn from me. It's not just following a formula. Okay, let me take a look at your wares. A sword? Ooh, who doesn't want armor? What am I wearing right now? Sell items. I don't have anything to sell. What am I wearing right now? I don't even think I'm wearing armor. I think I'm pretty much naked. Okay, let's go back to buying things. Weapons. Swords, I don't really use, stabby doodles. I'm more of a punchy, or more of a shooty guy. Armor. Sure. Key casting. Yeah, I don't use key like stuff really. Let's do that. Put it on. How much did this give me? Oh, it won't let me. Okay, that's fine. Oh, it just gave me 1. Oh god. You're a monk and a weapon stealer? Shin slowly raises an eyebrow, arms folded. Yeah? Where else would the ancient masters have gotten their legendary swords and spears? Down at the mall? I was at Wudang Mountain for 15 years before coming back to Hong Kong. I've been practicing Xingyi Quan my entire life. That's how I learned the herbs as well as the forms. It just so happens I'm good in forge too. That's why what you buy here is better than most other people's. So I become a weapon dealer out here. Watch Xingyi Quan. Shin strikes a sudden pose, body low, one fist against the hip while the other is extended in an open palm. The 5-element fist style. Water grows wood, which burns to become fire. Fire creates ash and earth, which condenses into metal, etc. The forms cycle the 5 elements, and opposing elements block each other. A water fist will break a wooden defense, but a water block will extinguish fire. Should one use a water interception on a metal fist, however, water will be smashed apart. Direct, simple, powerful. Not so elegant as Bajuan or Tai Chi, but much more powerful. Shin pulls the tarp away from a nearby lump. The object beneath the tarp is revealed as the door to an Ares City Master armored personnel carrier. It's been caved inward by a massive amount of force. and in the dead center of the door is an indentation into which Shin's fist would fit perfectly. Power comes from focus, and focus comes from practice and meditation. Xingyi Quan produces more powerful than most other forms of kung fu, and applies it in a highly focused way. Okay. That's all for now. You don't really have anything I need? Like, really? Like, I got better armor now, you know? I don't feel like I'm gonna get my ass kicked the minute I, like, glance at someone. I had 1 armor on. Scary. Okay. I gotta go stop some murders. Oh, I should look at my character. I have no karma. Good to know. My karma is bad. Club 88. Frederick. That's my grandpa's name. Excuse me, Fred. No, I need to talk to Fred here. Talk to Fred. Stop being rude. There we go. Frederick Ka-Fai. Maybe? I like his cat. Like most troll bouncers, this man is knotted with muscles, but absent are the myriad scars that come with age or indiscretion. His only blemishes are the bony skin growths common to his kind and a single deep scar across his neck and collarbone. You watch yourself in here or else we'll check your aerodynamics. I like that. Oh. How do you mean? Anyone causes trouble, I see how far I can throw them. No fighting, no killing, no sex trade. He lifts an arm, flexing. His muscles jump out like a mass of serpents and steel cabling. His arm is easily as thick as most human waist. I don't mess around. Neither do I. Jeez, I'm going inside. I forgot what was in here. He told me to come in here to, like, this guy's name is Callum, and this guy's name is Henry, and I'm guessing every one of them is related in some way. Ooh, look at her. She's getting down, that DJ. I can't remember who they told me to talk to, so I'm just going to talk to all of them. Callum Ka-Fai. Better groomed than most of his kind, the young troll nonetheless ruins the effort with his own blatant drunkenness. His eyes are red and his expression foggy, but he otherwise appears to be high-functioning. Have a drink, friend. Have 2. There may be something else to chase it, eh? You alright? Couldn't be better. I'm a prince of Club 88. Chosen, you might say. You part of the family that owns this place? You're a shrewd one, friend. I am the heir apparent, and my birthright? To peddle Kims to every sniffer that passes through our gates. What do you say? Need something to pick you up or bring you down? Let's see what you have. Cram. Wow, I can just buy drugs. Cool. Nah, I'm good, fam. Let's go talk to Henry. Or not, you know, I didn't want to talk to him or anything. You know, who wants to talk to Henry, right? Henry. Ooh, he's the cool one. There is only one way to describe the troll haunting the back of Club 88, weathered. It is as if the man had been carved from granite and then battered by the crash of waves and salty winds over the course of decades. Welcome to Club 88. No killing, no fighting, no sex trade. I can respect that. I'm Silver Wolf. I'm Henry Ka-Fai. I suppose I own this place. If you're looking for guns, speak to my wife. If you're looking for pharma, speak to my son Callum. And if you're looking for trouble, you'll be seeing my son Frederick briefly. What would I speak to you about? Nothing, I just steer the ship. What ship? There's always a ship. I'll leave you be. That was some sarcastic ass shit. What do you mean? A ship? This looks like a building. It's like this little fucking ship. Fuck you. I'm like, fuck you. This must be the wife. What's her name? Ermine? Torture. Jeez. Or is it Ermine? I don't know. Ermine. Yeah. The older troll woman has a striking Amazonian quality. When she was younger, she must have really turned heads. Can I help you? You in charge here? And don't you forget it. This is my family's place. Me, my husband, and our 2 boys. Now, do you have business with me? I have no time for window shoppers. What have you got for sale? Firearms from all over the world, from Ares to Walther and everything in between. You in the market? Let's take a look. I have no idea what I have on my person right now. Oh, this one, apparently. Does 7 damage. None of these really do. Ooh, oh, that one's nice. That one does 12 damage and it has some, I guess, some good range. Oh, shush alarm. That Ruger's nice. Oh, they're expensive. Oh. Maybe I'll get this Benelli, because it does more damage than what I'm carrying, right? Oh my god. Do as you're told. Oh, it's being a hoe. There we go. So the one I own is this machete here, which is a handgun. I don't think any of us use actual. Can I get armor for my dude bros? Oh, let's get rid of that. Because I would like to look. No, it's just showing mine. Yeah, I ain't got nothing in my stash. I carry all my shit on me because I don't want to freaking put it down. So the one I have does 7 damage, the handgun I have. But I'm seriously thinking of getting something better. There's a freaking crazy ass Ruger. Jesus. I mean, really, it's not that much money, and if I decide I don't like it, I can just get rid of it. I know that my brother uses a SMG. I just don't know how powerful of an SMG he has. You know what? I'm gonna get the shotgun. Oh, I do use a shotgun. Oh, this is what this is what I just bought. Okay, no, that's fine. Get off. Go away. Yes. So I have a shotgun now. Come back anytime. Anything else you need? No, not really. I pretty much know all I need to know about Hayway. It's fucked up. Oh, this whole place. This whole place sucks. Okay. Off we go. Drinky time. Cool. There was some other person there, like, you can talk to this person too. And I do not fucking remember. Ooh, what's this? Is this the place? Stop walking. My leg is falling asleep. A massive steel security door is set into a bunker-like concrete wall. There is no sign or identification of what this place is. A battered intercom is encased in a cage of welded steel and armor glass. Grainy letters are barely readable on the screen. Chrome Alley, medical services and mechanical repair. Premises protected by deadly weapons and infectious diseases. I love it. If you fuck with us, we'll make you so sick that you die. It's like, oh gosh, okay, sorry. I guess I'll just fuck on off over here then. There's a crackle of static, then a brusque voice answers. What do you want? The voice's Cantonese is precise, but the accent sounds American. Is this a medical clinic? No, it's a chicken factory. What do you want? I'm looking for a medical clinic. Yeah, that's me. But listen, guy, I don't know you. I don't like people I don't know. Who sent you? Kindly will vouch for me. Yeah? You just idle your engine there for a minute and I'll check on that. There's a long silence on the intercom. The door gives several heavy metallic clicks. There's a dull rumble like heavy bolts sliding. A green light flashes on the terminal. The door appears to be unlocked. You can enter the clinic. Oh yeah? Yeah? You work for Kindly? Do ya? And I'm like, yeah, Jesus. The 10-armed Ambrose, who does not have 10 arms. I'm sad. This clinic looks like it just hosted a party. Spindly mechanical arms swing from unobtrusive wall mounts, pulling down crepe paper, ribbons, and scooping food platters and empty beer bottles into biohazard bags. A severely crippled Caucasian man sits in a wheelchair amidst a maelstrom of mess and robotics. He's in his 40s, thick beard, tungsten earrings, beer belly, one cyber eye. Both his legs are missing, one at the hip, the other at the knee. He has only one arm and only 3 fingers remain on his surviving hand. His face and arms show the scars of reconstructive surgery. He grins widely at you, regarding you with bloodshot eyes. He's clearly hungover. Hey, I'm Ambrose. He shouts cheerfully in English, his words piling together in a loose Midwestern accent. They call me Tin Arms. Welcome to the Kong, fellow UCAsian. There we go. We got it, y'all. What's a Midwestern accent sound like? I should look it up and then do it. He chuckles, his chest shaking with mirth. A Waldo arm springs to life and swings over to him. Its menacing metal pincers momentarily sets a cigarette between his lips, just long enough for him to inhale from it. Okay, hold on, we're gonna look this up real quick. I'm curious. I bet you guys are too. Hold on. Oh, so like Fargo, right? Is it like Fargo? This is, let's see if this plays out okay. So I wonder if it's like a Fargo accent. Like, oh, yeah, But I don't know for sure because I'm not from the Midwest. So you'll have to tell me. Okay, sorry. Kindly says that you're alright. What can I do you for? Oh, it totally is. Like, oh, yeah, what can I do you for? That's so cute. So if you guys haven't watched the Fargo movie, go watch the Fargo movie. Because the lady in that movie, the police officer, she's just adorable. She's so cute. And she's like pregnant and stuff. She's adorable. Go watch the movie if you haven't. You're a doctor? Sure am. I'm a rigger. A rigger doctor. A rockter. He's my favorite. Ambrose bursts into laughter, then stops and clutches his head. Oh man, I can't laugh hard today. Too much partying last night. Hurts. He's like, oh, my brain. I had all the alcohol. You see all these bottles? Me. I'm not board certified, but don't worry. I should be. Sure. I'm full-on skilled. My work's Yellow Lotus guaranteed and precisely in accordance with World Medical Association standards. Everybody in Hayoid comes to me, because I'm the only option. Ambrose chuckles delightedly. Very well, Rockter. Right on. Let's get you tricked out, unless you just want a bullshit, which I'm down for. Show me your services. Sure thing. Tune-up or spare parts. Cyberware. Okay, so I have nothing on my person because I don't. So we have here type a simple skill wire system designed to give the user more control over their reaction times. So this gives, so dodge is good for me because I'm basically playing a rogue. So this is 1,000. Oh, I don't have all this money. Oh my gosh, you can get claw hands. That's fucking sick. So I can get one on each arm. That makes me really fucking happy, actually. Passive. +6 to hit points. But my dodge is kind of important, but it's only +1 to dodge, is the thing. Ugh. Maybe I will... Shoeways bone lacing process sheets a user. Earlier anti-ballistic. That gives me +1 to body. I kind of want to do this one here. Right? Just because I've got the whole rogue thing going on. So I definitely put it on my left arm. Oh, give me like 98 Nuyen left. You know what? We're gonna do it. Cyberware causes essence loss. Oh. Oh, I'm not a spellcaster. Right? No, because I'm playing like a rogue type thing. Fuck. Yeah, I don't use... Fuck it, we'll see what happens. I don't use magic. Oh god, it faded to black. Come back to the garage soon. He's just like... Thanks, Ambrose. I gotta... Cheers, Silverwolf. Talk to you later. This guy's my new best friend right here. I haven't saved it, so... Well, no. Oh, I wanted to look, but it's too late. Okay, let's get on. We got places to be. Did you know that I've been listening to Welcome to Night Vale to and from school every day? It's pretty great. Well, not every day. Every day I go to school, I mean. It's pretty nice. It's very calming. Oh, that's a train. Head to Wampo Garden to discover who's killing the Wampoan elders. Let's do it. In addition to your team, your fixer has access to a small network of mercenaries in the Kowloon area. These runners appear below your core team on the runner section screen and can be hired on a mission-to-mission basis. As you complete missions, both your team members and the available mercenaries will periodically gain access to new equipment and abilities, and new items, spells, weapons, Duncan, of course. Ooh, oh, he's pretty. I'm like, he's pretty. I don't have any money to hire you weirdos. Bet you're not even that good. Oh, I don't trust this guy. The Illuminati. I'm just gonna take Gobbet. And apparently Isabel. And that'll be that. Because I'm not gonna get my ass handed to me. Go to me. Go to me. It's just like, do you want to see what your team's wearing? I'm like, no. Yeah, I know where I'm traveling. I know what my adopted brother's wearing. He's wearing police stuff. Wampoa Garden, a carnival of chrome and neon, rife with every manner of technology and artifice one can imagine. The entire area has the feel of a night market, save that chips are sold in lieu of steamed buns, and vendors hawk the latest drones rather than folk art. Something stalks these streets, hiding just out of sight. It stalks Wampoan elders, the leaders of the band of tech-savvy squatters that have claimed this neighborhood as their own. The streets smell of ozone and fear, and those Wampoans you pass in the MTR station have a haunted, furtive look in their eye. While the killer has struck only the elders thus far, it may only be a matter of time before ordinary residents are menaced as well. It's probably one of the other elders wanting to take out all the other elders because he wants to be the main elder. That's just my guess. Like, honestly. It doesn't say what kind of gun my brother uses. I don't like that. I hear something. I don't know what it is. It's something. Did I tell you guys that I had a trippy ass nightmare? So, because I've been sick for like 2 weeks, there was a point where I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm taking some nighttime cold medicine so I can get some sleep, because I wasn't sleeping because I couldn't breathe and shit. So I have the pills because I don't like the cough medicine because it's disgusting. So I took some, it knocked me out. I have this weird ass dream where like the kids come running down the stairs yelling for me, and they're like, Mom, the bathroom lights won't stop flickering. And I was like, what? So like I get up and I go upstairs and they're like trailing behind me. I get to their bathroom and the lights are indeed flickering very crazily. And all of a sudden I notice that there's an attic door in the bathroom, which wasn't there before. And it like slowly slides open and this hand reaches out. I scream at the kids to run. We run back downstairs. I find Josh outside and I'm like, there's someone in the house. He like goes into the house and then like I woke up. And then after that I just had some dream about being a rogue and I was going through people's houses in broad daylight as a super like stealth master stealing shit. But the first one scared the piss out of me. So anyway. The streets of Wampoa Garden are slick with rain, glittering under the neon glow of myriad signs and holographic displays. The sky reflects the same glow, painting the white apartment blocks a sickly orange of sodium streetlights. The smell of grilling meat mingles with other rarer scents, ozone, engine oil, and high-tech fabrication facilities. Despite the hour, there are plenty of people out and about. You can hear the calls of street vendors and touts urging people into their stores. Isabel wrinkles her nose, scowling darkly. She wraps her arms tightly around her chest, staring off into the distance. Is there a word for feeling nostalgic for a place you can't wait to leave again? I don't miss this place, but I miss the feelings I have when I lived here. Sadad, maybe? Isabel shakes her head. No, that's not it. It's close, but... She lets the sentence trail off into nothingness, clamping her mouth shut for a moment. This place seemed like heaven after the walled city, like the whole world had unfurled in front of me, and anywhere I turned there was the promise of a good life. Turned out this place was just as crappy as everywhere else. Everyone was still in it for themselves. Gobbett claps a hand on Isabel's shoulder, who flinches and pulls away. That's a great life lesson, Iz. I'm serious. At the end of the day, life's a raw deal. You got yourself and a handful of friends, and that's it. Nothing else. Duncan casts a sidelong glance at Isabel and Gobbett, shaking his head. You got some strange ideas about life. Sure, life's a meat grinder, but come on, there's gotta be more to life than just surviving. Does there? What makes you the authority on that? Isabel waves a dismissive hand. I'm done talking about this. Anyway. Isabel turns toward you and points down the street to your left. We're looking for the Wampoan elders. They're gonna be in the Wampoa itself. That's the big ship down the street. I've seen the pictures. It looks like a yacht. Isabel nods, lips pursed. That's the one. Kinda hard to miss, and it's been a fixture since the last late century. These days it's just a squat. Shops are family affairs, not corporate ones. Is there anything I should know about the Wampoans? They're all tech heads, tinkers, and self-taught scientists. Despite the fact that there's no formal education system, everyone here is pretty smart. They apprentice kids to skilled workers so they can learn a trade. Elder Gal taught me decking, and I left after she got brain-fried trying to crack a Mitsuma network. Elder Ip taught me to shoot. He should still be here. Come on, let's go see what they have to say for themselves. Duncan, this place is cuckoo bananas. I'm gonna get a drink. I warn you guys because I don't want you to hear me like slurping or gulping. I try to be quiet when I drink, but you know. I try to be polite. This looks like a funeral. I heard he's not just dead, he's been all cut up. Oh, interesting. I like hearing the talk. No? No one else? The Wampoa... Oh, you know what? Let's go listen on the streets. Let's go listen to some people speak about the murders. I don't know, I just don't feel safe here anymore. Bet if we travel down the back alleys, we'll probably get stabbed in the jugular. Whoa, that guy's definitely the killer. Look at him. You better find someplace indoors to sleep, Jan. The streets are dangerous lately. This guy looks like the killer. It's definitely this guy. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be him. It's gonna be like, I don't know who the killer is, and I'm just gonna go like, is that one? I'm just listening to conversation, you know, trying to get a feel of this place. No, nothing. Hello? Okay, they had shit to say. Let's go over here. Who's this person? This person looks like a pocket picking thief person. You just chilling here by this fucking shiny ass flower like, I would never. Alright, no one else has anything to say? In we go. I'm just like judging all these people like, that guy's the killer. That guy picks pockets. Alright. Yo. Oh, you have an arcade? I'm jelly. I'm peanut butter and jelly. Can I go in there? Elder Ing, I'll be right back. Dude, they've got an arcade, Duncan. Duncan, they've got an arcade. Just like bothering him. Duncan. Okay, let's talk to this guy. Or not. Who wants to speak to some random dude? Sorry, I'm just really curious about what the fuck's going on here. They're like, you shouldn't walk into this place without notice. And I'm like, too late. I'm looking for stuff I can just steal. So it's like, my inner rogue takes over, and I'm like, I gotta take it. I've gotta steal shit from these random people I've never met before. Alright, let's go talk to Elder Ing. Is that how you say it? Ing? This orc woman is festooned with small circuits, tiny trid screens and speakers. The trid screens display snippets of trid broadcast. from every corner of the world. The tiny speakers play counterpoint with a susurrus of voices speaking Sprathiel, Punjabi, Kazakh, and other languages. I hope I said that first one right. I don't know if I said any of that right. Her expression is haggard, and she fidgets with her fingers as you approach. Welcome to the Wampoa, my friend. I am Elder Ing, and these are Elders Tang and Ip. Ing gestures to the elf and human, who each incline their heads respectfully. Thank you so much for answering our request for help. Okay. We had nowhere else to turn. It's the least I could do. Under Tang's skin, glowing tattoos writhe and change shape. Tigers become cranes and move on to dragons. Okay, I need these tats. Elder, come on, hook me up. We're under threat. One by one, we elders are being hunted by some monsters. As you may have noticed when you arrived, there's been another killing just tonight. Ip crosses his solid chrome arms. Holographic readouts dance constantly over their surface, displaying diagnostic information about their state, operating temperature, servo pressure, and a variety of other minutiae. There we go. He looks past you toward Isabel. The prodigal daughter returned once more. I didn't expect to see you back aboard the Wampoa in my lifetime, Isabel. When you disappeared, Elder Yatunde was very put out. I'm glad you're still alive. When you chose to walk your own path, I was disappointed, but I still understood why you had to leave. It pauses, tasting the air as he chooses his next words with care. I hope my lessons have helped you prosper. Didn't expect to be back here either. Work takes you places, though. Isabel shrugs. A moment later, she places a hand on her pistol, eyes trained on the Ip's shoes. I don't cart this around for fun, Ip. The lessons kept me alive. Isabel blinks several times and then looks up at Ing, her expression clouded. Where is Yatunde, anyway? I expected her to be here. Ing shakes her head sadly. She reaches out a hand towards Isabel, who shrinks away from it. She's dead. So are Gon and Nakamura. And Tong was killed just tonight. So much blood. You have to stop this from continuing. Isabel's expression remains impassive, but her knuckles grow white as her hands ball up into fists. That's what we're here for. We'll stop the killings. Thank you, Isabel. Ing lifts a hand, wiping away tears from her eyes. What can you tell me about the murders? They started 2 weeks ago. The first to go was Gon. We found him in his apartment, eviscerated. Ing swallows, grimacing at the painful memory. He's been torn apart, his head had been ripped completely off, and most of his skin flayed away. There was so much blood, it took us weeks to clean out his apartment. Tang nods, running his palm over his forehead. The rest have been the same. Always at night, always dismembered. Each scene is like a nightmare, and every time, nobody has seen anything. It's like a ghost. What happened to Tong? The same thing that happened to the rest of the victims, evisceration and dismemberment. We sent a guard to keep people out of his shop, but he'll let you in. When did he die? Sometime early tonight. He locked up his shop, but Ip stopped by to ask him about some skill chips he had. The door was unlocked, and inside. Ing lifts her hands helplessly. She opens her mouth, but no words come out. Seeing Ing's inability to continue, Ip takes over. I thought I was speaking as Ip, but it was Ing, who's a woman, by the way. Sorry. Inside looked like a bad horror sim, just like all the other murders. It had to have happened after sundown, because I saw his shop was open when I was on my way to get some noodles for dinner. Why didn't you call the police? The Hong Kong police force isn't welcome here. They tried to force us out several times before or come hunting for someone to pin a crime on. We do a lot of favors for local gangs and triads, handle their matrix security, fix up their gear, and make sure they have access to the Hong Kong Shadowlands hub. We're too valuable a resource for them to lose, so they protect us when the HKPF or anyone else decides we're an easy target. They handle our physical security, and we make sure to send the message via the matrix. The last time the HKPF made trouble, we started airing the assistant chief's dirty laundry over the TRID. They got the picture and backed off. Have you made any enemies lately? Ing shrugs helplessly. Not that I can think of. We keep to ourselves, we buy and sell technology. We're not mercenaries or criminals. We're merchants and deckers. And even if someone was cheated in a deal, this kind of response is unthinkable. Whatever did this, it wasn't human. The violence and savagery, it's a monster, whatever it is. Plenty of metahumans are monsters too, Ing. Just because it's horrible doesn't mean it's supernatural. What do the Wampoan elders do? They make the rules and kick people out who don't obey them. They're a bunch of petty tyrants, that's what. You're being unfair, Isabel. Our laws are for the good of the community. Tang turns to address you. We keep the Wampoa and its residents safe. We review trade agreements with outsiders to see if they're good for the community. We provide a guiding vision, like a town council. I can respect that. I'm glad you understand. This community is fragile, and the authorities bear us a lot of ill will. A single misstep could spell our end. I am the invoker of sprites. I commune with the spirits of machines, ask them for blessings, and pass those blessings on to the people here. I heal the sick and ensure the feng shui of our habitats is as good as it can be, given our confines. She's a shaman, that's all. She just got some kooky spin on it. Claims her totem is some kind of all-encompassing machine god that lives in circuitry. Isabel pats her deck, looking at Ing. Ancient gods and ancestors are one thing. My deck, it's mine. I built it. The only spirits it's got in it are the ESPs I loaded up with. Ing gives Isabel a look of deep sadness. Just because you cannot see or touch a thing does not mean that it does not exist. Just because you do not believe in it does not mean that it does not protect you from afar. I can't touch programs either, but at least I can prove they have an effect on the physical world. Your superstitions are just that, bullshit. Isabel glances at you, jerking a thumb toward Tang. This guy treats drones like they're living things. What exactly do you do, Tang? Tang extends his arms, palms up, as you watch the tattoos therein shift into a complex mathematical formula. I am the first inglorious servo. I study patterns, repair machinery, and teach others how to attune themselves to the wonders of automation. The blessed Autofab is my shop and purview, where we make the drones we use and sell. As for me, I serve as the resplendent voltage spike. It smiles crookedly. That means I shoot people who try to screw with us. It's a fancy title for head of security. Well, that's all for now. It might be wise to ask the residents of Wampoa Garden if they've seen or heard anything, after you've gone to Tong's Sensory Carnival. They may have seen or heard things we have not. Good to know. Alright, we are going to save it. And then we're going to find a freaking serial killer. I didn't want to save it, because of the stuff I bought. But, oh well. And yes, I'm playing on difficulty easy. I'm not apologizing. I want to enjoy the game, not scream at it. Alright. I love you guys very much. Thank you so much for coming in and watching Shadowrun. I hope that you guys are enjoying this because I fucking love this game so much. I like Neverwinter Nights and stuff, and this is like Cyberpunk Neverwinter Nights, and I'm just having a fucking blast playing it. I also have the other two games because they came together in like a game pack. So I'm gonna be playing those two at some point, but I saw this one and I was like, oh my gosh, it sounds so cool. Like, it's in Hong Kong. That's interesting. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it, and yeah, I love you guys very much, and I will see you next time, okay? Good night!